Hey, this is Bandana Cheyenna. I'm a hippie singer-songwriter based in Nashville, Tennessee, and I just released my latest single, Man Who Moves Mountains. You're listening to Hank Jr.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Hank's Corner. You know who I am, Hank Jr., part of Hank Jr. Productions, where I'm documenting life's moments through photography, videography, and, of course, podcasting. And I'm very excited about my next guest that's coming on. She is not necessarily a new artist, but she's fairly new to me, and I've been excited finding out a little bit about her. She is the award-winning songwriter of 2024's Female Song of the Year at the People's Choice Country Awards. And wait till you find out what song that was. Also a winner at the 2024 ASCAP Country Awards and 2025 ASCAP Pop Awards. Let's get right into this. Let's bring in my guest, Bandana Cheyenna. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Well, thank you for coming on. And those that know me know that my little corner, Hank's Corner here, is somewhere in the Tampa Bay area. Where are you actually calling in from today?
I am based in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, so you're back in Nashville because I know you've kind of gone around the country, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. But today is a very special day as we're recording this episode because you just had a recent song that just came out today, and of course, you're going to be able to find that on my New Music Friday post. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, thank you so much for the support and for adding it. Yes, this song is called Man Who Moves Mountains, and I wrote it on my own about 2 years ago. And at the time, I had just left LA. I was living there for a year, and I kind of walked away from the industry. And this song came out of like really a rock bottom place of me having no idea what I was doing. Like, am I making the right decision by walking away from music? And it was kind of me just admitting all my worst fears to myself. And something about like writing this song transmuted those fears. And I was able to like just keep chugging along on my journey. And the song, it's definitely a very vulnerable one because it was written in a low moment. But what's crazy about this song is that 6 months later, I had no idea that I would have my first Billboard charting hit and like my life would totally change. So this song is like the low point, but then later there's like an arc where, I answer all the questions that I ask in this song. And it's like, yes, I was meant to do this. I was meant to do music. And yeah, it's a special one.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great song, "Man Who Moves Mountains." We're going to be playing that shortly, but you talked about a little bit of the low and the highs and everything. And as a photographer, I'm going to notice these things right off the bat. So, you're over there on a mountain as your cover art. Where was that taken?
That was taken in Boulder, Colorado.
Okay.
I I had been like doing car life. I wanted to do van life, but I couldn't afford a van. So I was literally a nomad in the Colorado mountains for about a year. And that's when I wrote this song. That's when I took that photo. And yeah, I remember I was just playing it acoustically out in the mountains. And it's so cool to look back on that and now use it as the cover art. But yeah, it was definitely a crazy point in my journey.
Yeah, and I like it. Like I said, I notice these things as a photographer, and you are there at the top of a mountain, or at least it's hard to see. There's some other mountains in the background, of course.
Mhm.
I've never gotten the opportunity to go to the Colorado mountains. I've flown over them, but
Okay.
I definitely would like to do that one time, preferably during the summer, because I'm not one for freezing to death, even though I do like some cold. But you are at a high point in this picture, and you alluded to a high point. So tell the audience, your kind of claim to fame, so to speak.
Hmm. Yes, my claim to fame as of now is being a co-writer on the hit song Austin, Boots Stop Working by Dasha, which kind of hit its peak last year, and it just hit 1 billion streams a couple days ago, which is wild. But yeah, that was a song I had co-wrote during my time in LA. And at the time I left LA, the song was not out. I was working 2 restaurant jobs, trying to make ends meet, trying to still do music. And so it took me like walking away from the industry. And then it was while I was in Colorado that the song was released, and it started gaining momentum. And it's an amazing song, and just crazy how it all happened. So I'm super thankful for that song. It changed my life.
Yeah, well, congratulations on being a part of that, and that's such a great thing, because I know that a lot of artists don't necessarily get into it necessarily to be very popular, but having some of that popularity so that you can have people exposed to your music's got to feel good. And like you said, we got "Man Who Moves Mountains" as your latest release. Let's go ahead and play that here on Hank's Corner.
Maybe it's just not in the cards for me this round. Maybe I should give it all up like my mother said and move back to my hometown. Yeah. Maybe I should listen to all the serious people. Yeah. Maybe I should have saved my money. Maybe I should have been an office man. Yeah, that'd be funny. Oh, that wouldn't be funny, no. Well, I'm not a man who moves mountains. I'm just a child trying to get by, pushing through fear and the doubting, and choking down the lessons of time. Cowboy, just a tired traveler looking for home. If I was a man who moved mountains, I think that by now I would know. Maybe I'm nothing but a lost soul on the road to nowhere. Always knowing where I wanna go, but not how to get there. And at my core I'm scared I won't know how to enjoy it. Even if I made some money or gotta sing my songs on stage, that'd be funny. Oh, that wouldn't be funny, no. No. Well, I'm not a man who moves mountains. I'm just a child trying to get by, pushing through fear and the doubting, and choking down the lessons of time. I'm not a brave big shot cowboy, just a tired traveler looking for home. If I was a man who moved mountains, I think that by now I would know. And I'd see a small silver lining, or at least have something to show. to keep up my hope. I'm trying, but I just don't know. Maybe it's just not in the cards for me this round.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. You just heard Man Who Moves Mountains, the latest release by Bandana Cheyenna, who's my guest here on Hank's Corner. So happy to have you, get to learn a little bit about you. And this second section is mostly about that, trying to find out, about the person, about the artist, all the good stuff. And, I like to kick it off with a little game, two truths and a lie. I'm sure you played it before. It's a fun little game, and I know that it's a hit with the audience because a lot of times they'll message me and say, "Hey, I guessed it right," or that was a good segment there. But basically, how it goes is you're going to give me three statements, two of them being true, one of them being a lie, and you can give them to me in any order. And then throughout the podcast, I'll have to think about it, and towards the end, I'm going to have to guess which is the truth and which is the lie. And I'll try not to ask two specific questions that will give it away ahead of time. But if you're willing to play, let's do it.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. So, okay, my three statements. I wrote my first song at age 6. I come from a family of 8, and I won the figure skating championships in high school.
All right. So I am going to have to figure out whether or not you wrote your first song at age 6, which is really young. That would be awesome. That's true. You come from a family of 8, and if so, God bless you. And that you won your figure skating championships in high school, and that would be interesting to kind of figure out because I know that not too long ago on my one of my Christmas episodes, I have Vanessa Lynn Bird on here, and I know she does some figure skating. So I'll have to see if whether or not you run in the same circle, so to speak, when it comes to that. But we'll try to figure that out. But
Cool.
here we like to try to find out a little bit about you and see right off the bat. I got a little bit of trouble trying not to give it away because you had mentioned at age 6 was your first song. So we're going to have to tailor these questions a little bit different. But what made you get into, not specifically talking about age here, get you into the music industry itself, whether writing songs or singing? Like, what was it that first attracted you?
I think around age 10, 11, my dad got me this documentary on Taylor Swift's life.
Mm.
And it kind of talked about how she moved to Nashville, and she started out with a publishing deal, and she would like write songs on Music Row every day after school. And before that, I had no idea that was like a thing or a job. Because I was always into music and always singing and writing, but I didn't realize that could be a profession. So after watching that, I was like, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to move to Nashville. That was always my plan ever since then. And I think in like 7th grade, I started like making a plan of for when I moved to Nashville. And I originally was just going to move here, no plan, just kind of try to figure it out. But my mom was like, maybe you should go to college, have some sort of plan. So I ended up going to Belmont University here for songwriting and music business. So I moved to Nashville in 2017. And it all kind of started from like me first realizing that music and writing songs could actually be a job.
Yeah, and you mentioned Taylor Swift, and we all know that she has influenced a lot of people over her short little time that she's actually been out, and of course, a lot of them, um, young teenage girls growing up, they see something in her, it gives her something to aspire. Obviously that kind of put something in you. Did you have a favorite song by Taylor Swift at the time, or you had all of them memorized and they were all your favorites?
I think The one that really stood out to me was Love Story by her.
Mm.
Just because the storytelling of the song was so phenomenal. And then also, it was a crossover genre song. So I would hear it on pop radio and country radio. And I remember thinking, like, that's so cool because there was no other song or artist that was doing both genres at the time. So I remember there being like a pop version, and I was thinking, I really want to write like that someday. Like, I want to be able to kind of live in both genres and not be boxed into one. So, yeah, I love that song.
Yeah, definitely a great song. And, one of the things that makes her so special is that she does take control of a lot of the stuff, especially now. She's taking a lot of control of her brand, her music, that sort of thing. Did that inspire you to do that as well? And is that why maybe when you went to Belmont there that you chose some of the classes and what to major in because you wanted to have control over your brand versus, hey, I'm just going to sign with an artist? I mean, I'm sorry, sign with a label.
Yes, definitely. I think early on, I kind of knew I wanted to get a good perspective of the business side of things because there are so many stories, including Taylor's, about artists getting signed young and then losing control of their whole creative project and like giving up master ownership or like, getting screwed over by management deals. So I was really like, okay, I want to learn all the ins and outs and really have control over my entire project and like just be kind of a badass like CEO in charge, like knowledgeable, and just really know what's going on. So yeah, that definitely inspired my decision to go and learn. We learned like copyright law, we learned about
Hmm.
the publishing side. Um, and yeah, it was very great. It was a great experience.
And besides Taylor, who are some of the other artists that have influenced you or the type of music? And do you find those influences actually creep into your music or maybe you just use it as inspiration?
Yes, definitely. Um, I would say I love Dan Fogelberg, Kenny Loggins, kind of some of these old singer-songwriters, John Denver, Joni Mitchell. I think my dad was very into those like folky guitar-based storytelling songs growing up, so that kind of influenced what I like. And now as I'm getting older, I feel like I've found my way back into my roots in that way. And I want to write those like timeless storytelling songs that kind of center around meaningful lyrics and minimal production. So yeah, I mean, of course they all inspire me and also some of the modern artists, I would say like Noah Kahan, Casey Musgraves a bit. I just love her storytelling and um yeah, I think just meaningful songs, meaningful lyrics is really where my heart is.
Yeah, and you talk about meaningful, and to me, and it does cross with other genres, but for the majority of the part, a lot of my artists are kind of country based, with a country pop, country rock, that sort of thing. But country has been known to tell stories other than pound a few beers that are in the songs, but they tell stories. And you
Right.
mentioned earlier, about being a little bit personal in your songs. How easy is that for you to write about some things that are personal, but then also put it out there to the public?
I would say writing about it is one thing. Like 2 years ago when I wrote Man Who Moves Mountains, it was just to make sense of my inner world and like the anxious feelings I was going through. To put it out is definitely always more of a challenge. Like when I'm writing, I think it comes easily if I'm alone, anyways, because it kind of is just a way to process emotion. But I think like when it comes to releasing it and being vulnerable, that takes a different side of bravery and courage. And I I think both are important for every artist because if you're not releasing something that's real and meaningful and something you went through, then, you know, what's the point?
Yeah, and that shows, the basis of a true artist versus necessarily an entertainer. And there's nothing wrong
Mhm.
with having entertainers out there. We all like to be entertained, but to have those artists that are coming out there that are real, that are vulnerable, that that's what I think. I really like about country or folk or whatever. That really, those. Reaching into the soul type songs, and I'm glad that you're this doing that sort of thing. And
Thank you.
looking back, as a songwriter now, was there ever a song like for me? I remember the first time hearing the song "The Dance" by Garth Brooks, and I'm like, you know what? If I could ever write a song, that's the song I would have written. Was there ever a
Mhm.
song like that for you that said, "Man, that is great. I wish I had written that."
There's so many, honestly. I think the one that really sticks out to me, it just like hit me from a young age. It's Same Old Lang Syne by Dan Fogelberg.
Mhm.
And I think it's technically a Christmas song, but he only mentions Christmas once. And it's kind of this story about like running into an old lover years later. And I just love the emotion, and it's so bittersweet, and he takes you through this whole storyline. And yeah, that song has always stuck with me. I was like like 12 hearing it on the radio and being like, "Ugh, I've never even been in love, but I love this song."
Yeah. Now, tell us a little bit about God and the Crickets because we're going to play that next. Tell us a little bit about the backstory for that.
Yes, God and the Crickets. It is honestly just about the journey of every artist and songwriter, leaving home with nothing but a dream, and um, kind of making a commitment to yourself that you will never give up on this, even when it gets difficult. It's like, it's my story of, leaving home, moving to Nashville, um, making this new life for myself, but also kind of deciding that no matter what happens, no matter who's listening or paying attention, I'm always going to do this because it makes me happy and it fulfills me. And I don't know who I would be without it. So that's kind of what the song is about. And then it goes into kind of an inspirational bridge where it's talking about, like, keep on shining, keep climbing, just never give up on your dream. I think that's the whole message of the song.
Yeah, definitely like that. That little inspiration behind that, and it's another great song that you have, and not only just a great song, but I like the cover art on this one as well. You're out there, out there in the country. Really like that. But let's go ahead and play "God and the Crickets" here on Hank's Corner.
I set out with a dream that I love. Took a road down south on a midnight bus. At 20 in my jeans, I tried so hard but never could quit. Writing about things on diner napkins and thinking who I'd be when I'd get to Tennessee. That first night I made a promise to myself. Won't give up and won't give in, come high water or hell. I still got a song to sing, even if nobody listens. I'll be on my front porch picking to God and the Crickets. Sometimes I feel that I don't belong. The songs are short, the road is long, and I get in my head. Am I still good or good for something? I get tired but never tire of it, singing to the crowd. 'Cause when I think about that first night I made a promise to myself, won't give up and won't give in, come high water or hell. be on my front porch picking to God and the crickets. Don't stop shining, keep on climbing, even when they turn out the light. Stars aligning, the good Lord's timing. You and I are gonna be alright. Yeah. Don't stop shining, keep on climbing, even when they turn out the light. Stars aligning, the good Lord's timing. You and I are gonna be alright. That first night I made a promise to myself. Won't give up and won't give in, come high water or hell. I still got a song to sing, even if nobody listens. I'll be on my front porch picking the God and the crickets. Oh, I know they'll always listen. God and the crickets.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. here with my special guest, Bandana Cheyenna. And as I told her earlier on before off air that, I'm not very good with enunciation. So I said, well, if I mess up the name, let me know. But she definitely has a little tongue twister there. But you just heard God in the Crickets, and another one of the good songs that she has out. And we're going to do a little bit more, fun stuff within the segment we usually do. But before we do that, I do want to mention that upcoming next year, you got some big stuff coming. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. So right now I'm working towards releasing my album, The Artist's Pilgrimage. So that kind of tells the story of, every artist and creative's journey as they pursue this crazy path. So I'm super excited to keep rolling out the songs on that project. Um, and then on the songwriting side, because I do write for other artists as well, I have a few cuts coming up in the new year that I'm very excited about. And I guess I don't know if I can actually say who, but they haven't been announced release wise yet.
Who are we
Um,
going to tell? No, we get you. We get you. We know how these things work.
yes.
But that being said, let me back up too, because you have written for a lot of popular artists out there, or the songs that become popular, like you said, with Dasha's Austin. But one of my favorites too is that you wrote for Alexandra Kay, such a sweetheart. Got to see her again when she came to the Florida area. Tell us a little bit about that
Amazing.
song.
Yes, oh my goodness. So, AK and I met last summer after I left Colorado and signed my pub deal and came back to Nashville. And it was our first time meeting, and Cupid's a Cowgirl was the song that ended up coming out of that session. It was such a great day. The energy was just infectious. And it was so exciting for me as the writer because she put that out as her first single from her latest album. And then she asked me to write another one with her, which ended up being the album title song, Second Wind.
Mm.
So that session was magical because we had been working on a whole different idea for probably like 2 hours, and we only had like 30 minutes left of the session. and she was like, dang, like I love this team, I love what we got last time, should we just try a new idea? And so I had the title Second Wind in my notes, and I thought like I wanted to bring that up to her, but we had been working on this other idea. So finally I was like, I think this one feels right. It's called Second Wind. And immediately her boyfriend Rocco, he started playing the like signature riff of the song, and it just started coming together so quickly, and like it was just magical. And then of course it went on to become the title track of the album and the title of her entire tour. So this whole album of hers is so special to me, I feel like, as a writer, and I'm so proud of it, and I'm proud of her. She's killing it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the second win, obviously, it definitely fits her life where she was, and having, I mean, all her fans know what happened, and where she's at, and good for her, and that's so awesome for you to get to be a part of that, and of course, Cupid's a Cowgirl, that song there is what she opens up the our concerts with, and it just like you said, it's a very energetic moment, and I don't think that I have her picture up here. I think I had taken it down at one point because I actually got her to autograph that for me the last time I see her. But it's got to get up here, and I got to get one of you up here as well. But
Yeah.
but tell us a little bit about your shows. Like if somebody were to come see a Bandana Cheyenna performance, what should they expect?
I think if you're coming to see me play, you should expect to get in your feelings, because I really like having a section of my show where it's very stripped, vulnerable, just me and guitar kind of talking to the audience and the fans like we're all one on one, and sharing my story and like what I've been through to get to where I am now. Because I have been through a lot, and on the other side of it, I really like to just be real about the ups and the downs and like share encouragement, because maybe somebody else is coming to the show with like, I don't know what everyone's going through, but if I can share some real and raw emotion and make them feel something, I can like know that that was a successful performance. And like I've seen a few shows of mine this year where like a couple people in the front I'll look up and there'll be like tears crying on a couple of like really emotional songs I sing. And I think I love doing the upbeat stuff as well, but when you come to my show, I think I really just want to connect with your soul and like share my story through my songs, and yeah, just make everyone feel like they really know me and they know my journey.
Yeah, so there you have it. So if you do come to see one of our shows, bring some tissues just in case, because it could definitely get emotional. But I'm sure it's going to be good. And hopefully I'll get to see you sometime soon, whether up there in Nashville, here in Florida, somewhere in between. Who knows
Yeah.
where you might be, because you are a little traveling gypsy, so to speak. You get out there and do all that. But I didn't get a chance yet. I want to make sure that I do this. I don't want anybody saying that you weren't ready to guess what she has. So we have to go back to the two truths and a lie, and we need to
Yes.
figure out whether or not you wrote your first song at age 6. You're part of a family of 8, or you won, figure skating championship in high school. So you know what? Like I mentioned to you offline, you are fairly new to me, so I don't know too much about your history, and so I can't kind of cheat on this one. So really, what I'm going to do is I'm going to guess it in a way that I'm kind of hoping that that's the case. So just kind of rooting for you that if you wrote your first song at 6, that would be awesome. I'm hoping that's the truth. And I'm hoping that you did win a figure skating championship in high school. But I don't know. I think there's something wrong about that. And I'm going to go with family of 8 is that that's the truth. So those are the two truths and a lie. How'd I do?
You are correct.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your first song. Do you remember it?
I remember a little bit because it was me. I didn't know I was writing a song, but I was on a family camping trip and I had taken my dad's little like flip phone and it had a recording feature. And I was just kind of taking a walk through the woods. And I remember like singing some melodies and lyrics into the phone. And it was along the lines of like follow your dreams, follow
Mm.
your dreams and destiny. And like it's so it's so funny to look back on now, but yeah, I
That's
mean,
awesome. Do you still have that recording?
I have been trying to find it.
Oh, that would be
I
awesome if you
remember,
could.
yeah, I remember finding it in high school. Um and I think my dad might still have the phone, but I haven't been able to find it so far.
Yeah, well, that would
So,
be awesome if you can find, especially when you hit it real big time out there, and you're going to be like, "Hey, this was my very first song." But if you if you didn't, do the ice skate, I mean, did you ice skate or
yes.
yeah?
So I did actually ice skate. And I'm really excited because I'm gonna do a music video of a skating performance in the new year, um,
Mm.
which will be exciting. But I never won. Like I did competitions, but I was never like the number one champion. So it was kind of more of a hobby for me and another way of self-expression. But yeah, the championships was the lie.
Well, maybe you still need to get in touch with Vanessa then, and got to get the ice skate talking together. Who knows? Maybe she can do a cameo in your video, and
That would be so
then you
cool.
can thank Hank Jr. for doing something. That way,
Yes,
we
yes.
all win there. But we just
Shout
have
out.
time for the lightning round. We'll do a little bit of fun stuff. Of course, I can't go anywhere without talking about food. So let's start with that. What is your favorite comfort food?
Probably Chipotle, I would say. A Chipotle bowl with chicken, lots of cheese,
Oh, that's nice. And do you have a favorite dessert?
ice cream.
Okay. And do you have a favorite drink of choice?
Right now I'm on the matcha latte with oat
Mhm.
milk.
Okay. And given the opportunity, because I know you've traveled, given the opportunity to go and play anywhere, where would you like to go?
Oh my gosh. That is tough, but Red Rocks is like high on my list. I think that would be such a spiritual experience to play there in Colorado.
Yeah, definitely. Colorado is just awesome, and it's one place. Like I said, I haven't really been other than just flying through, and I really want to be able to experience that.
Yes.
Given the opportunity, who is somebody you really want to co-write with, and maybe even perform on stage with?
Mm. Um, Willie Nelson,
Oh,
Shooting for the Stars here, or like Dolly. Um, and also Jesse Wells. I love his
mm.
stuff. He's an incredible Americana artist, and he released 4 albums just last year. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we are coming to the end of a year, so and it's hard to say this. 2026 is right around the corner. So you used to say in 2025, but 2026. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Are you the one of the ones that what? I don't have any resolutions. I don't make them.
I honestly have not thought about any resolutions yet. Like I have my plan of my goals, but I haven't been like, yes, I'm doing this. Like, I think I'll probably try to do hot yoga more and like be more physically active. But yeah,
Well,
nothing like
that sounds better than goat yoga.
I have never tried goat yoga. Maybe that should be my resolution. I'll try it.
Well, no, I did not recommend it. I said the yoga you were talking about was better than good yoga. I just don't get that. I don't understand that phase, but I guess people do like that. I mean, goats could be cute, but I'm not going to be sitting there, getting weird positions with them. It's just not something that interests me. But either way, whether you come out with these resolutions, set some goals for 2026, we definitely wish you the best in 2026. Looking forward to your project that's coming out. We definitely enjoy the songs that you put out. The most recent, like we said earlier today, "Man Who Moves Mountains." Bandana Cheyenna, it's been so great having you here on the podcast. If you ever want to be a guest on the podcast, Hank's Corner, you're more than welcome to.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun. Thanks for having me and chatting and giving me some laughs too.
Spend my Saturdays on Main Street. Watch the band bring down the house. A small price to live a daydream. I fucked around and I found out. Wide awake, tired of sleeping, finally found a rhyme and reason to keep on keeping on. It seems to me it takes a lifetime, my dear, and even then we'll have our doubts. What's the point in wasting our better years? The only time we really have is now. Anyhow,
Well, folks tell me to get a real job. Singing songs don't pay the rent. Well, nothing's realer than this guitar and singing along with all my friends. On and on, keep believing in this vision I've been seeing. Gonna take it day by day.
it seems to me it takes a lifetime, my dear, and even then we'll have our doubts. What's the point in wasting our better years? The only time we really have is now. Anyhow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyhow. So take your time and take it slowly. The good old days are here right